Okay. Oh, alright, I guess. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of a Las Vegas as this building in front of me. I wonder what my frame rate is.
Entering quiet mode.
Control. Alright, why can't I see my frames? Control. Control Shift Alt right. Control Shift Alt. I can't. How do I have them as my companion? Who do I want? We've got the goop gun. I've got a straight up machine gun. But I guess 2. Mandibular rearranger, which freezes your opponent. Control ray. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the 5th one. Crowd control and make the enemies fight each other and freeze them potentially.
Does being on the case give us temper?
I can't believe Ms. Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end.
Just the kind of answer talking point expecting and providing. You like a take it easy every Daniels. How does it feel?
Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end.
Really is something. Just looks like cloud to me.
Eridanos and Olympus are the 2 biggest planets in Halcyon. King and Queen of the Sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2, 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater.
And now look at you, on top of the world. Glad you got out of Edgewater. Are you gonna be that much for the whole trip? Because I'll need you to focus. And now look at you, on top of the whole world.
Yeah. We've come a long way.
The group. I wish I could have more than 2 allies just so I can see what their interactions would be. Oh shit, now that I think about it. Group gone. Light machine guns. If it's brown, drink it down. Oh boy. Welcome, it's like the welcoming bay. Ooh.
Hello there.
Coca-Cola?
Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the Inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the crime.
The Grand Ballroom. Can you fill me in the detail of the murder? What's the mood in the hotel? Are all people upset?
I'll say. There's nary a soul here who wasn't a fan of hers in some respect. Just about everybody's shocked. Some people are inconsolable. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but yeah, I don't believe it.
Black Hole Birdie.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
We should ask if they're comping the minibar. This might take a while, if you get me.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors, I suppose.
Was she a divisive figure?
Not particularly. But I think some folks were jealous of her success, or otherwise viewed her as a threat. Reckon how she came about her fame didn't help.
How she gets so famous, I take it. She has some bad choices.
Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She managed to wrangle up a following all on her own.
Got some skin condition,
She
bro.
ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. I imagine the admin briefed you about Helen's part in the Spectrum Brown unveiling. Too bad about the postponement. Not so terrible as Helen's murder, but still a crying shame.
I thought you worked for Slug, not Rizzo's.
I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling. A nice mutually beneficial event. But the murder's gone and ruined that. Along with 9 out of 10 of my favorite cereals. Anyway, I think I've held you up long enough. Once you're ready, head down to the lobby. The ballroom is just behind the elevators. Meanwhile, I'll grab your bags. You're making fun, right? You're still giving me a pretty blank look. Suppose it's none of my business, but do you just wear the same set of clothes all the time?
Kind of. Maybe you should take that stupid hat off if you criticize my appearance. Of course I do. You're telling me you don't. No. That would be ridiculous. Well, no, you're telling me you don't.
Well, reckon I can respect your candor, even if it scares me a smidge. Anyhow, I'll look for you in the grand ballroom later. Since Halcyon Helen's dead, I guess they're gonna have to find a new Aetherwave star. You hear about any auditions happening, feel free to let me know.
To depart.
Apologies, sir, but the atmospheric complex is on complete lockdown. No one's allowed in or out until the murder investigation's concluded.
Do you have any idea who I am? I could bury you under 6 tons of paperwork before you had the time to cry out for your supervisor.
I'm sure you could, but we fed our last box of grievance forms into the incinerator a few months ago. Is there anything I can do for you in the meantime?
I cannot believe this.
This is a gas giant. But no surface. Core is just so far down. It's no human can survive on this part. You can survive on. Damn, what's it all the way? Bodying them.
I've spent at the Grand Colonial? Is my patronage worth nothing to you?
I'm sure you've spent a lot, sir, but unfortunately we can't make any exceptions.
Can't make any exceptions. In Byzantium, those words would be a criminal offense.
Shame we're not in Byzantium.
This boy is so privileged. Only get your act together, buddy. Alright, I guess we'll just go into the...
Listen, I understand the lockdown. Really, I do. You've got your job to do, and you'll get fired if you don't do it.
Thanks for the understanding.
I wasn't finished. Couldn't I just go out on a ship for a brief period? A handful of minutes, maybe? Just a quick trip to Byzantium so I can check on my stocks? I promise it won't take more than an hour.
But you don't got
Sir,
interstellar
for both our
internet
sakes, I'm
or
just
an
gonna
app.
pretend like you didn't say anything.
My boy. Interesting. Gotta get you some new clothes per body.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed.
Oh.
You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Well, thank you. Why not? Oh, nice. Challenge, Mayoka. The fear photographer Mayoka with her hunter crew etched into the back and a muddy. go with their hunter crew. They were family and never dead. This moves system away from Earth. Home. Eventually, this thing will fully fade away. Nothing is consumed by the cosmic void. I hope they find peace. Hope Naoka gets some peace in the next world. Oh, wait, is this? Yeah, it is. LOL.
Oh my stars. This is the hotel? I only ever seen a place like this in periodicals. Or that one episode of Agent Khan.
Damn, sounds like a good looking hotel.
Halcyon Helen could meet a fate like this.
It really is a terrible shame. I absolutely adored her cereals.
I almost can't imagine someone wretched enough to do such a thing. You don't think a dissident could be here, do you?
Get a hold of yourself. The administrator would never allow someone as dangerous as a dissident here. Eridanos is safe. This is all just a terrible coincidence.
Of course, you are absolutely right. I think the idea of a psychopath wandering among us is just making me nervous.
Damn, is that my ship? It's huge. So notable. How many? I thought you can only land one ship at a time here. What's going on? Anyways, there should be at least for like 3 ships, you know. One for dedicated corporations, and one for guests and passengers.
Ooh, feels like I'm breathing rich people air.
The murder has inflicted severe emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade.
Okay.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
God.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
Mr. Kincannon really knows how to run a hotel.
God.
With Halcyon Helen gone, does that mean Spencer Woolrich will get all her roles?
I certainly hope not. That man doesn't even act as well as I do.
God.
The crime scene's awaiting, Inspector. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous bodily injury adds up, I suppose.
You found the body, why didn't you tell me?
You didn't ask.
No, you
anyway,
didn't.
I'm sure you've got questions.
You wanna give me more details on how this came across the body?
Of course I did. I just told you I found the body. Oh, wait. You mean when she was still breathing?
God,
No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw any hotel guests interacting with her.
I think both know that you're itching to gossip. You can tell me. Alright, sure.
Sorry, Inspector, they don't...
You wanna give me more details?
Sure, I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling. Just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. You understand. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated 5-hour sleep period. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. And hey, now I can finally see smells.
It'll be our secret.
What? No! Just because I found the corpse doesn't mean I made her a corpse. I was in shift all day. Besides, I loved Helen's cereals. Well, the old ones anyway. The newer episodes are hot junk on a warm day.
Well, you can't keep up the quality always. You have to give up at some point. End it before it gets crap.
Beats all hell out of me. Maybe she was practicing for the unveiling?
Back to my other questions.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Got any idea who might have wanted to do Helen?
Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than anyone else's.
Thanks for your help. Oh.
Black Hole Bertie's disappeared, you know. The poor fellow must be inconsolable.
God.
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you.
Constable Keen. How you doing, Constable? Let's keep the pleasantries. I'm ready to begin my investigation. Constable Keen, nice to meet you. We spoke over the Aether Wave. I left you looking for the bar. Do they serve drinks?
Constable Maria Keen. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you.
What have you got for me, Doctor?
An extraordinary contraption. You'll love it.
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you.
Our office has instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over stolen goods. Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. Feel the way it hums with ontological potential.
Clues are nearby. Equip the participants. Decide to search for them. Interesting. I'm guessing this device makes use of deterministic calculus.
You're rather sharp in your upper story. I can see why you're the inspector. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe to detect the discrepancy between what should be and what actually is. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power of magnification.
It sounds like something the OSI teaches.
Oh, goodness, no. I don't care for OSI doctrine. I just enjoy their math.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but I'll bend that rule just this once. You'll want to peer into the amplifier and examine the crime scene.
continue for Helen's killer. DPS. Scanning Eridanos for evidence. To catch Helen's killer, you'll need to use the discrepancy amplifier scope to review clues not visible to the naked eye. Once you've located some evidence, aim directly at it while zooming in with the scope and press the right button to analyze it. Intriguing. Ooh.
Got it. Inside voices.
Oh god.
Captain! Please show a little respect.
Sorry. Kinda funny.
Take a look at the crime scene. I'll stay out of your way until you're done.
What is your mount looking like? Ooh.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist.
Good. You can talk.
The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed to function as a helpful and perceptive aid to the enterprising inspector in the absence of a reliable deputy.
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about your features.
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or designated inspector.
How curious. I must have set its impertinence levels to flagrant.
Let's get started. Tell me about the discrepancy you found.
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee.
What's the unreleased Rizzo's product? Was she trying to spell the name of the killer?
This hypothesis is plausible, but requires additional information.
Maybe you could stand for anything like Spectrum Brown? Isn't Black Hole Birdie staying here?
Correct. Bertie Black Hole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand Colonial Hotel.
I can order this for later.
This evidence has been recorded for later reference. Now generating pre-approved compliment. Splendid work, Inspector.
God, don't patronize me.
This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the Grand Ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants.
Do the side they should have match anything you have on record.
Oh no, Captain, please don't taste the dirt, and I'm too late.
So I love having you around, provided you're hilarious. Discrepancy amplifier. To the side of these footprints match anything you have on record.
Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint.
I would love to see what the other companion's reactions to this with me licking it will be. Do it real quick. Amplify, can you analyze the dirt?
The dirt carries traces of fertilizer, as well as the faint signs of crushed purpleberries and grass. Grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the purpleberry orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio.
So Helen must have been at the orchards before she died.
This deduction appears sound.
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling we'd make some progress once we brought you onto the case. You'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse suite.
Oh. Well, thank you. Ha. Kan azt vedi rátte fejgod, no? Kapeta. A Friday, you know? That could be useful. Just for Tad. %300% improvised weapon damaged. 35% improvised weapon degradation. Improvised weapons deal vastly more damage. Sure. Any subsequent attack made on the same target or TDD deals increased damage. This effect is cumulative. TDD resets the damage increase. 10% damage per subsequent. This is good too.
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had the chance.
You'd think these people have never seen a corpse before.
Interesting.
Welcome to the Grand...
I'm sorry, sir, but while the hotel is an active crime scene, I regret to inform you that all new bookings, room upgrades, room downgrades, and in-room massages are suspect. Oh, you're the special inspector. Mr. Kincannon warned me you'd be checking in soon.
Warned you? What? Wait, you haven't had my room key?
Ah, yes. We are most pleased to offer you our grandest of grand accommodations, Inspector. The penthouse suite on our topmost floor is now available for you. The last guest left her belongings behind when she vacated unexpectedly, so we needed a little time to tidy the suite up for you. Simply call the elevator in the lobby and our highly skilled operator will deliver you to your private floor with efficiency and cheer.
Can you tell me about them?
My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know?
Did you notice anything about Halcyon and Helen before she died?
You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed. Everyone wanted to be around Helen. She could usually be seen alongside Bertie or Woolrich, for obvious reasons.
Heard Black Hole Bertie was staying here.
Ah, Bertie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I have a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever get it to pay out. Bertie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. If I had 1,000,000 bits, I'd spend every one just to learn what caused their split.
Helen's co-star Wolverine having reason to want her dead.
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
Thank you.
That's a shame, Inspector. What if I wanted to know a little about you?
For that captain, changing the colony one high stakes encounter at a time. I like to let my reputation speak for me. The fewer know about me, the better. I'd say too bad.
A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands. Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems confident enough to believe so.
Yes, concierge. Halston. This hotel's definitely interesting.
It certainly is a marvel of modern ingenuity, luxury, and ambition. Please, allow me to answer any curiosities you might have about our building and the amenities on offer.
What does the penthouse have to offer?
Twice the size of the next biggest room, and kitted out with any amenity you want, as well as many that you won't. Best to enjoy it while you can, Inspector. Typically, the only people who can afford the penthouse suite have enough bits to suffocate everyone on Terra 2. Also, please inform me if Woolridge gives you a hard time about getting a better room than his. Don't tell him I said this, but everyone on staff wants to strangle him.
Anything special?
Most certainly. All the important folks can be found in the utmost parts of the hotel. You can hardly walk 3 feet without bumping into a tossball grate or a bored exec. Though maybe don't bump into them. Could be harmful to your health.
What about the lower floors? No one talks about them.
Who would be interested in a staff-only area? Most folks never ask about the sewers beneath Arizo's plant, either.
Can't honestly tell me there's nothing of interest in the entire half of the hotel.
Of interest to your investigation? Well, I suppose there is that one door we're not supposed to open. But I'm sorry, Inspector, I'm not authorized to grant you access to any staff sections of the hotel. You'll have to find a way in on your own. Who would be... Oh no, Inspector, sir. I live down there too. But that doesn't mean I plan to abide in the bowels of the Grand Colonial forever. The best thing about Sublight compared to other organizations is the potential for upward mobility. We bottom rungers get in, do our job, do it well, then move up and on. This is but one rung on the grand ladder of life. You see? Who would be... Of course, your interest is my pleasure, as dictated by Mr. Kincannon, Inspector.
Okay.
If you're sure.
Goodbye. Concierge.
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges in the orchards. The prize is supposed to...
Hello there, my inordinately esteemed guest. If my hello were any more earnest, this loudspeaker would explode!
What about the rest floor? Can I bring you to a room to the penthouse? Do it at the VIP guest floor.
Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
What place in the lace is it? Yeah. Oh. Sure this would... This big. Candy. Think. Interesting. What's the stove? Ah.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh, Halcyon Helen. You were awake? Oh, I guess for some of the show she did. Toilet is here. What the shower?
The imprint left inside this suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
Welcome to our Bellamy. Messages from Administrator. Go subject grateful. Go to Bellamy. Grateful. Hi, Miss Bellamy to SL. Jim Brown, proud of you. Ally yourself the revolution, the leadership, beverage market, indeed, the culture of Halcyon. We're going to change the world to get us into the quintended VO. From profitability, profit of. Helen, I don't understand why you and I must be enemies. We both not branches on the same tree of privilege. You command audiences with your masterly performances on the Aether Wave. I command the attention of our corporate leaders. We're both cultural icons with the responsibility to set a good example. I'm disappointed to discover you've berated my seminars publicly and on official records. I take particular umbrage in your characterization of my most recent seminar, spearheading your project. How to motivate your workforce using ancient weaponry as a, and I quote, nonsensical vanity project from a dyed in the buffoon. These are fighting words, except to hear from my personal auditor soon. Sincerely, profitability PO. Money can't buy happiness. Other lies we tell ourselves. New seminar by the prophet. From M. Cannon. Ms. Bellamy. Ruth Bellamy was Halcyon Helen's real name. You're a talented actor. I've enjoyed your roles across the years. I've especially found your performances in on Monarch. Ludovico doesn't appreciate the serials. Maybe that's why he never knows what when he's being played. He still thinks you're here to endorse Spectrum Brown. She wasn't. Your performance has him fooled. I have a feeling I know what you're up to. It's always a little disappointing when the audience is a few steps ahead of the plot. Best centric. Might have recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon. We, the Grand Plan, to have doubled the number of armed guards for only a small security surcharge. Surcharge none from one of the players notice for death or dismember that occurs off hotel grounds. Interesting. We learned that Helen disparaged the Prophet Apollo's work seminar, harming her image and costing her bits. Just give whether or not this would. This is not this would happen. Check down the Prophet abilities, how to find and interrogate the Prophet runs her seminar retreats out of extreme productivity again. Deep in the wilderness competition with her.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed.
Okay, let's skip small text. Don't know why you hired me. I'm usually causing murders. That's solid. That made me with Bellamy. I think Helen was just a character.
Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. Her death will now be associated with Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. You understand why that worries me.
I get it. You don't want to be responsible for a drink that kills people. I mean, publicity is good publicity. Just turn this into an ad. Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. It's heart-stoppingly good.
Stop. Please warn me before you provide me with unsolicited ideas. There are waivers you need to sign. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation.
Sorry, I can tell you why. Hannah was at the probably orchard before death.
Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement.
Thank you.
Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchards. You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
Can't keep your people under control, Ludovico, so he locks his doors and moves to investigate. That's not suspicious at all.
I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
Okay.
Inspector.
Purple-berry orchards. I see. See what these fools think.
I do love all the wall space. So much room for trophies. Even the air in here feels too sweet. Almost...
When it comes to on-the-go cleanliness, SAM units murder the competition.
Oh, God.
Everything's so soft and silky and expensive. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get any grease stains on the furniture. There's no room service, right? Just asking. Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada? Do you think it's strange that I kinda miss Ada?
You think they'd object to me setting up a tanning station here?
Girl.
There is such a thing as too clean. We ought to break open a few bottles and have some fun. Make a mess. Live a little. Even the air in here feels too sweet.
I call the big bed. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards. I'm gonna nick a few towels. They won't notice. I'm leaving my shoes on. You think they'll let us expense the booze? I'm leaving my shoes on.
I sometimes find myself musing on who I used to think I was. It seems ridiculous in hindsight, but without my obsession, I never would have reached this point. Cereals are used by the board to control what the colonists think about reality. Quite a powerful thing.
Thinks about reality. Indeed, research has shown movies are at least about reality.
The longer we stay here, the more I can feel my mind softening. Eridanos is a technological marvel, and they use it as a tourist destination to sell sweets and alcohol. The opulence of this place is stifling. Eridanos is a technological marvel, and they use it as a tourist destination to sell sweets and alcohol. I sometimes find myself musing on who I used to think I was. It seems ridiculous in hindsight, but without my obsession, I never would have reached this point. The opulence of this place is stifling. Cereals are used by the board to control what the colonists think about reality. Quite a powerful thing.